All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and I am back with another video here. And the Philadelphia Flyers made a trade today. Kevin Hayes, the deal from the other day on Saturday that was supposed to be Hayes and Sanheim and Torrey Krug was supposed to be involved, and all of this stuff was supposed to be part of this deal, and it's not. The Flyers acquire a 2024 sixth-round pick from St. Louis in exchange for Kevin Hayes at 50% of his contract. The Ryan Johansson deal kind of put a big stump on this, really. Johansson gets traded the other day for the rights to Alex Galchenyuk, which is essentially the same thing as a sixth-round pick, let's be honest, at 50%. And Johansson made more money than Hayes, and the Flyers get a sixth-round pick. I mean, really, it's not ideal for the Flyers. It's a bad return, but you had no leverage. Hayes is coming off of a season where he was an all-star, but it never really felt like he was an all-star. He will definitely help out St. Louis, for sure. Hayes is a guy who will go there. He'll put up 50, 60-ish points around there, play well. Big center. Again, I like Hayes as a player. What I didn't like last year was the defensive game. I thought there were times where he was pretty lazy, and there were just times where he just didn't back check and things like that. And you saw it, and Torts called him out, and it wasn't a good mix. It was time. And I think the biggest thing for the Flyers is just the fact that there's going to be some of these moves that are like, yeah, you're going to kind of have to eat it for the first couple years, but then it's going to get better. You know, you did get a sixth-round pick. You get the asset and cap space. Even though they don't really need cap space right now, you still can use that to your advantage. By the time the Flyers will be competitive, you know, it's going to be pretty much done, this contract. So the Flyers retain 50%. And essentially what that is the cap hit for St. Louis is going to be $3,571,428 for the Blues, and the Flyers will retain the other 50% of that. And again, it's a 2024 sixth-round pick. As for Hayes, as a Flyer, he collected 157 points in 257 games in 4 seasons with the Flyers from 2019 and 2023. Set a career high in games played with 81, assists 36, power play points 16, and shots 209 during the 2022-23 campaign. And, you know, it's kind of crazy with Hayes because, like, he's a guy that I genuinely thought that we would have the entirety of his contract, at least till like the end of it, pretty close, maybe around like year 6 or 7. He's moved at the deadline or something like that. But I genuinely thought he was going to be here for the entire thing, and we were going to have like a legit handful of years where we were competitive for a cup, starting with 1920, and we were pretty close. You know, a game off the Eastern Conference Final, and then it all just kind of went downward. Obviously, as everybody knows, and it sucks because it's like, you know, I think there could have been more with Hayes. I think he had a really good first season here, and it never really kind of went back to that, unfortunately. I mean, he had some, you know, pretty solid seasons, but last year was just obviously the telling point. So Hayes goes for a sixth. It is what it is. I'm not happy about it. Honestly, I would have wanted more. But there's not much really you can do when a guy that makes too much money, you know, he's over 30. It's not like, you know, Hayes has less bad years left or anything, but, you know, obviously, you know, there might be injury concerns, even though I don't think so. He was pretty much healthy the entire year last year. So there's a lot of different arguments in which way you can kind of swing it, but I just think there probably could have been something more than a sixth, but I don't know. It's interesting, the conversation. We'll see what else happens. Obviously, the draft tomorrow night. Tonight, the podcast at 6 o'clock. Kicking it with Knubel, and I have Joe Watson coming on. I'll be live tomorrow night for round 1 of the draft. I'll be live Thursday for day 2 for a couple hours, and I'll be live Saturday for free agency day. I'm going to be doing a lot of content this week, as you probably could tell. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, thanks everybody so much for all the support, and I'll talk to you all again soon.